Nobody can be mad as if, excuse me, as if he sprung something new on people that nobody knew was coming. We all knew this was coming because he said, we're going to get all this diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff out of here, or some people call it woke. We're going to get this woke stuff out of here. All the things that he said he was going to do, he's doing. So nobody can actually be mad about this. He's following through on what he said. Now let's get into what DEI actually is, where it comes from, and why it became what it has become. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, started with benign, positive intentions. The actual idea of it, the corporate definition idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Can you close that door, son? Please. The corporate definition of the concept is benign enough and positive. What'd you say? Okay. If you go away, close the door for me. It started with positive intentions. All right. We want to have, instead of just having an organization or any type of organization that only has a certain type of person, let's diversify so we can get different views and different approaches from different types of people who come from different backgrounds within our organizations. There's nothing wrong with that. Equity, let's figure out how we can make the situation more fair and more impartial so everyone has a chance to win. That one is a little bit trickier, but on the surface, is that a fine idea in and of itself? Nothing wrong with that idea of we want things to be more fair so everybody has a chance to win. Not necessarily a bad idea on the surface. And inclusion. There are many places where it seems like people want an opportunity and maybe they're good enough to even thrive in an opportunity, but for whatever reason, they're not getting the opportunity. So let's create policies that will allow more people to be included in the discussion, in the opportunity, in the interview process, just so they have a chance to maybe show what they can do. This is what diversity, equity, and inclusion means if you look at the corporate definitions of the three terms, diversity, equity, and inclusion. On the surface, none of those sound that bad. All right, we all can agree. On the surface, if you were to sell somebody on that concept who never heard of DEI and they heard that, they would say, okay, well, I can't really be against that. Maybe some of them sound a little bit tricky and can possibly get abused, but on the surface, nothing wrong with these. The problem with diversity, equity, and inclusion is not the dictionary definitions of the terms. And this is where people get tricked. And it's 2025. Hopefully none of you are still getting tricked by this, but I'm going to explain it just to make sure.